Okay, so you've read the article, and we've talked a little bit about some of the things that were happening right around when the world was going into this wartime and all the rules were getting broke. And so I want you to get more and more comfortable being an abstract artist. It's actually way easier because you're not stressing about it, like the realism and all the shading and all that kind of stuff that we did last year in grade 9. But it's harder because you got to be comfortable with your own thinking and your own thoughts and your own emotion. You got to be comfortable taking risks. And like Picasso painting that girl's face all black and these weird dark strokes, you got to be pretty relaxed in your expectations, which is why some artists don't use pencil and like all these accurate little moving dots, right? Like a pencil is a moving dot and it's just really easy to control. A lot of abstract art uses things that make a mess on their own, right? So spray acrylic paint or whatever else. But I want to talk about next class when you're here. We're going to have a Socratic circle, which just means a discussion, a circle discussion that I'm not involved in. So you need to be prepared to talk and share. So on Google Classroom, there is a shared document between you guys and even the at-home guys today, where you are going to put your name and an artist's name beside it. That means you've claimed them. So you could already go there right now and claim Picasso. You could claim Chagall. You could claim Matisse. You could claim Cézanne, whoever. You don't know who they are. That's fine. How do you find out who they are? Well, you are PBL students. You know how to inquire. If you Google abstract artists, famous abstract artists, you'll have a list of at least 30. And you can start going through and finding it. So it's not a big deal if you don't get the headliners, the big names. Don't stress about it. All you have to do for next class is put 3 examples of an artist's paintings. It's not just paint. Their work. 3 good examples. Right? So I have it on here. Can you see it? No, you can't. 3 good pics of that artist. Put them on the Google Doc. It's shared between all of you, so don't be deleting people's stuff. And there's a way of making it look presentable. Don't take up like a whole page with your picture. Maybe shrink it down. Then on your own, just jot down some notes or even know where the website is so you can tell me, what do those paintings mean? Because it looks like a dog's breakfast. It looks like a big fat mess. What were they trying to say? Tell me what that artist's meanings are and even their style. Like, what's their shtick? Picasso did cubism, but then he went on and he had a blue period and he had a pink, like a rose period, where all this stuff kind of looked the same. So sometimes an artist has a certain style that they do for a while. He could certainly paint realistically. He was a very good realistic artist, but he moved away from that. So maybe find kind of like their flagship pieces rather than some like pencil studies they did. Like, this is what the artist is famous for, this piece. Okay, so to start off, go on the Google Doc, put your name and claim an artist, and then start researching. When we get back together, we're going to get into a circle. I'm going to put your pictures on the TV. You're going to talk about the pictures. You're going to talk about what you saw and how you responded. I liked it. I didn't like it. It's meh. Okay, and I'm just going to be marking your viewing and responding to art. Graciously, because it's a first time doing this. So that's a Socratic circle. It'll have awkward pauses because I won't tell people who's next. I'm not going to say, oh, should you respond to that? I want you to imagine that you're like all sitting around like grown-ups talking about things that you know, because you're an expert in that artist. Questions? Okay. Sometimes it's just lines. You might see a boob or two. Just if you're not comfortable with that, navigate away. Yeah, that's just for you. You don't need to type any of that on there. You'll need to probably, yeah. Research the meaning. You might even take like, what is that? A woman with mustard jar, that one we talked about together. You might need to type that in with the word meaning behind it as a keyword search, and then you can get other people's interpretations, maybe even the artist's interpretations. Okay.